Uh,
Hang on, and here we're going. We're live.
yes, we
Hi,
are.
brother.
Good
How you
morning,
doing?
Michelle. Good morning. I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Good.
It's a bright, beautiful, and the dogs haven't irritated me yet.
Oh, that's okay. They're just being who they are, little God's creatures.
Is that what they are?
Yes,
Satan's actually. When
yes.
they wake me at 1 o'clock in the morning, I don't think of them connected to God. I think they're connected to the devil. Anyway,
Yes.
so I wanted to do this live with you today because you're going to start teaching at RE this weekend.
Hmm. Yes, I am. I'm going to
And
be
you're going
talking
to
in
be
that.
teaching meditation.
That's right.
Huh?
I'm going to be talking about meditation. Meditation. Meditation.
Use that in words with friends.
That's right.
So, you know, a lot of people I know struggle with meditation. And I know you are infinitely connected,
Mhm.
continuously connected. I don't think you have an unplug. So, tell us what you're going to teach us.
Well, it's going to start out talking about the basics of meditation. It's going to talk about the benefits of meditation. It's going to talk about how I've been doing it for 46 years, and every time I meditate, it's still brand new to me because we're constantly, meditation shows you that you do have to start out in the moment, stay in the moment, arrive in the moment, and finish in the moment. The struggle is with the inner chatter that's constantly going on, or your body is acting out. It doesn't want you to sit quietly, so it causes you to cough, squirm, eyes, flicker, itch. Your body knows that, that's your little ego saying, I don't want to sit. I don't want to be quiet. I want to like woohoo, run around. So we're going to talk about that, and it's going to be um, an interactive kind of class because throughout each class, right now there's 4 classes. It could go longer. It'll start this Saturday at 11:30 to 12:30, $10 a class. There won't be a class on Saturday the 5th, but after that will be the other 3 classes for the first 4 weeks. But I'm looking forward to be ongoing. I think if we make it as an ongoing class, then eventually when the people get past those first 4 weeks, they will have settled into the reality of I am learning how to meditate, but I'm also learning how to sit with myself. And that's can be difficult for a lot of people to sit with themselves. And so as you sit with yourself, eventually that inner mind chatter is going to get quieter and quieter and quieter. And one of the reasons that, so we'll learn about postural mechanics. I always tell people, some people, I'm going to lay down on my couch and meditate. I said, yeah, for like 10,000 times you've lay down on a couch or bed. What's the next thing that you do? You go to sleep.
Right.
So you don't lay down to meditate. You're better off sitting up in a chair or sitting on the floor with your back against the wall to get comfortable and being able to sit so that your muscles can relax, so that you can see where you need to place your attention at on your body to cause those muscles to relax and those nerve endings in the muscles to get you in a state of relaxation.
Well, I'm hoping that you don't stop at 4 weeks because I told everyone last night at Magic Circle that you're going to be teaching us to go to the great sun.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to bring people to that level because I have in my years when I was on Long Island teaching meditation way back when in the 90s and the 80s, especially in the 90s, I developed something called creative pathwork meditations. And it's exactly what it says. You're being creative with your inner self. You're on a path that you're working on, and you're using meditation to get there, stay there, and be in the moment. And I used to use my own guided meditations. Many of them were channeled to me while I was riding on a bus or train from Long Island to go into New Jersey to teach, to lead big classes, big meditation classes every Friday, 30 and 40 people at a time. And,
Wow.
and the owner would get after me and said, it's 10 o'clock. I should be closed. I said, but it took me 4 hours to get here. It only takes you 8 minutes to go home.
Right. Stop that.
I'm helping you make money because everybody's going out buying the books and everything that you got in your store. Just let me do my work. And after 8 years, he realized that six times out of 10 years that I wasn't there, his store was always empty. And people would show up. Is Brother Francis here for meditation? He didn't make it because of the snow. This is the first time he didn't come, or he's not feeling well. So when you learn how to meditate without music, you go within yourself. When you do use music, music is only there to create what we call a background of noise, to deaden noise beyond the walls where you're at. And that's one main purpose for meditate. You can meditate with music, but you have to have yourself to the level where you're not listening to any mental chatter. You're not worried about your bills. You're not thinking about yesterday. You're not even thinking about what's coming up. Is the ability to sit and be non-attached. And I don't say detached, because if you say detached, you become attached to the detachment. But if you
Right.
stay in non-attachment, which basically says no nonsense going on. You don't care if attachments are attaching themselves to you, you're oblivious to it. And eventually you get there. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to be like 8 weeks at least, because somewhere in that sixth, seventh, or eighth week, I'm going to take people on a journey. And I've done it 20,000 different ways. So the Great Central Sun is my connection to Sirius, which is my connection to Akhenaten and Nefertiti. It's my remembrance of being with them. And everything that I've been teaching in the past 46 years, I realized it came from that time.
Well, I know that I got blessed with your book, well, your books, but The Wisdom of Nefertiti as the first one that I opened of the new books. And
Yeah.
um,
So people can.
as I read the gift,
Mhm.
I opened that one up, and the first 3 pages, I had a flashback, like I
Mhm.
was there. And we talked about it because we know that we've been connected for many lifetimes. And I was like, I know this one. I know this one. Thank you. Thank you. And you said, well, I'm glad you finally woke up, girl. I've been waiting for you to figure this out.
Yeah. What people should know about the gift, which is the wisdom of Nefertiti as I am, which is a companion to her mate, the wisdom of Akhenaten as I am. These are the first two books in my life where there is no paperwork. This is directly channeled through a deep meditation, contacting. His book took, to give you an example, Akhenaten's book took 3 months to do. That means I was trying to sit at the computer, and my mother would show up with her mother and say, Nat, you got to go in there in the bedroom and lay down. I go, okay. I go there and lay down, and then I feel the room change. And I would open my eyes, and I see this huge head with these huge eyes saying, I'm ready for you to go to the computer now. And that's Akhenaten. And I would sit down, and he gave me the names of the chapters. He gave me everything to say. Nothing is written on paper. It's just flat out connected. And he's been around me since 2006, 2009. And when I got this book up in October of 2018, I thought I was done. In fact, the cutest thing is chapter 6 in his book is called The Path of the Cobra. For many years, I would ask people, why those pharaohs have that serpent or what looks like a cobra? No
Right.
one would tell me. When he came to me, I said, why do you have that? He said, that is the Kundalini. That's the same thing that's in India. That's when your third eye opens up, the eye of Horus, and the pituitary opens up your crown. He said some have one, some have two, some have three. There's three phases. I have one because I represent all the phases. How you move from out of your mental body, your emotional body, and your physical body, and depends solely on your spirit self, which is your original self. So when I did the Path of the Cobra, I heard someone snoring in my house, and it was me. I fell asleep at the computer trying to do all this, channel it, and I was frustrated with myself, everybody, and I was going, "Oh man, I was there. I remember I was walking around. I could see everything that they were doing, and I was doing, and I was one of the candidates, and all of that. But now I know that I fell asleep. How am I going to get it back?" Went into a meditation. The doorway of my bedroom was like a curtain of violet light and this blue flame light. And I could feel my mother and my grandmother emerge and says, "Come here." Like a little boy, I go over.
At least they weren't rolling up their sleeves.
Yeah, they were rolling up their sleeves and they says, "He's here," and he says, "He's putting you back in sync. Now go to the computer, take a deep breath, and just stay open." And I stayed open. I was projected as if I was like a scribe walking around, and I could see myself, and I could see them change into electric cobras. One was gold, goldish white, and the other was blue. And they came around, and they kissed your crown and your chakra energies, and the whole thing set in. When I was done, and a lot of selenite was there, by the way, chunks of it was there, big chunks. When I got done with his book, I thought I was done. And then around November, I'm in a dream and I hear this. What do you think this is? Just two guys having a chit chat. And I said, "Well, who's that?" And Akhenaten goes, "Nefertiti." And I turn around and here she is, this very tall, illuminated form looking at me and like, "Well, I have something to say also. I have something. And to you, it'll be like a gift from me to you." And then I woke up and I said, "That's the name of the book, The Gift, The Wisdom of Nefertiti as I Am." And the same thing, all these beings around me, my mother and grandmother saying, "Get off the bed, go in there." And her book, I did it in 2 weeks. It was just that fast.
You know, we women are so much more efficient.
Yes, very efficient.
So
But
you know that everybody's going to be really excited because they know that you're doing this work and they're going to hope that you can get them there with the meditations.
well, what they're going to have to realize is even though they're coming to a meditation class, they got to meditate every day. So after they see me on Saturday and I take them through some breathing exercises, the class is only an hour is sufficient for beginners. We go through and I'm going to get feedback because it's interactive. I want to hear their questions, I want to hear their difficulties. After we leave the class, after they leave RE, they need to go home and exercise. Now, what I'm going to allow people, they could, you know, take notes using their phone. But when we do the meditation, you can't have your phone on because that's a direct thing they're giving me to lay out to people, and they don't want that out in the street. I say there's so many different variations of the Great Central Sun meditation, and I've done 400 different ways in which to do it. So when I do it, around class 6 or maybe 5, they're gonna let me know when to do it. They can't tape it.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Now, I can say, in all fairness, that I know that you come with huge gifts with this. So I will, I want people to know that you're going to start it at 11:30 on Saturday,
Mhm.
Saturday, and the cost is only $10.
Per class.
Yep. It doesn't get any better. I get kind of giggly about the fact that people go, "Oh, I went to this amazing meditation. It's a guided meditation and I paid $20." And it's like, but you would get much more out of it. Part of the beauty of meditation in doing it in a group is that the energy gets higher, as we know,
Mhm.
and you can get deeper. Now, I have gone to your beautiful nights of remembrance, and
Mhm.
I love going because of the meditations. I enjoy being in your presence when you do your guided meditations, but I also know that sitting in quiet is better.
Mhm.
So we're excited to have you.
And I'll say this. My ancestors want me to say this. My mother, Mother Grace, and Grandma Charlotte with her spirit shotgun with roses coming out of it, standing behind me in love.
We're pacifists. Say, tell your grandmother we're pacifists. Stop
Well,
that.
yeah, she's not though. But she wants me to
Right.
say that when I do these meditations, I'm not in their space when they're doing it in their auric field, but I'm bringing a lot of chi to the place.
Yep.
I'm already setting the vibration of me in the place so
Right.
that they are actually, I'm bringing them into my fold like a bear would bring in a cub, you see. So you're sitting in my field because I'm an anchor. I was born to be an anchor. So when I come into this state to teach meditation, I'm bringing not just 46 years, but trillions of years of meditation work. And so that people can be in the element of what it feels like, because I can feel them.
Right.
So like I'm at Resident Essentials, but I'm also walking around in the parking lot, checking the vibration, so that everybody is in tune with themselves. And one of the things is they have to act like they're the only one there with me.
The good thing is if they come into meditation, we've kind of timed it nice so that they can attend Spirit Circle after. Now, we're not sure if this Spirit Circle, the first one in September, is going to happen because I may be leaving town on the 12th. The one on the 12th.
Hmm.
And that will be mean when I get back, I'm going to have to quarantine. I'm going to be heading up to Montana because a friend of mine's son has some. I had some bad news. Uh,
Hmm.
we've talked about this, but you're going to continue on, and I just might talk you into leading Spirit Circle if you're interested.
We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see. You
We'll
also
talk.
have the psychic fair then too, right? The psychic fair.
Right, but Tina's going to lead the psychic fair on the 13th.
Okay. Oh, good.
She'll have that. I can pick you up and drop you off. I just can't go in. If you trust me not to have the virus, right? Right. But you might enjoy subbing for me for Spirit Circle.
Well, I'll be there this Saturday, so I'll get in to see what's going on. We'll
I
see.
know. I love surprising you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, oh hell, what are you talking me into now? All
And
right. So
what else would you like to our audience? I have these books. These books you can purchase them on Amazon. I only have just a few more of the Age of Remembrance with me at the Psychic Fair. Probably about 8 books, 7 books. On Amazon, this goes for $11. The on Amazon, the Wisdom of Akhenaten and Nefertiti are $11.11. Nefertiti said, "No more ebooks. I must write everything in paperback format now. Only because if people have problems with their cell phones or their computers, they're not going to be able to read the ebook. But if they have hard copy form, they can carry it with them. This is the only one out of these two that has an ebook version 777 on um, Amazon. And of course, the original book with
Right. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? You froze. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Let's see if he comes back, folks. Jeannie, do you see me? Okay, so we're froze. We're going to exit out. Are we unfreezing? Okay, so we're done.